Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our very first video here at Cask 529. Bear with us because, like I said, it's our first video, so we'll see how it goes. I'm flying solo. My partner, Shauna, wants to run the camera instead of being on this side of it, so that's what we've got to work with. Tonight, we're going to be talking about Russell's Reserve 10-year. It's made by Wild Turkey. It is barreled at 90 proof, so 45% alcohol. It's not real hot because it's under that 100 proof mark. We actually picked this up. We took a trip down to bourbon country last month, and we went to Wild Turkey and picked this up while we were there. I'll tell you a story about how we ended up there and why we ended up with this. We went in February around Valentine's Day, and they were making in the gift shop at Wild Turkey a cocktail called a chocolate covered cherry old fashioned, and it was phenomenal. So Shauna talked about that drink for a few months until we finally went back. And just so happened when we went into the gift shop last month, the old guy that designed the drink actually was in there, and Shauna asked him if he would share the recipe, and he was ecstatic. He couldn't wait to share it. He was happy that somebody wanted it. So what we're going to make tonight is a chocolate covered cherry old fashioned, as closely as possible to what we had at Wild Turkey. So what we're going to use, like I said, is a Russell's 10-year Reserve. This is a really smooth bourbon. Just get a little taste of it here. I honestly, guys, I was born with no sense of smell whatsoever. Oddly enough, I have great taste. Never had a problem tasting anything, but I just don't have that smell factor. So Shauna tells me that you can actually smell some citrus and some orange peel in this. I can tell you that you'll taste a little bit of oak. It's not real hot. It is a little bit spicy, but it's really, really super smooth. That's a really good one to pour over a nice ice cube and just sip on the patio with it. So we'll get on to making our cocktail. What we're going to start with is we're just going to put a few ice cubes into our stir cup, like that. What I've got here is a ½ ounce jigger. The recipe calls for a ½ ounce of cherry juice. It actually calls for a ½ ounce, but we found to cut that back to a ½ ounce gives it a really nice flavor. So we'll put that in there. And what I'm using tonight, what you'll see us use in most of our cocktails, is Bada Bing cherries. It's a really, really good cherry, and the juice is what we're using in this cocktail. So after I put my ½ ounce of cherry juice in there, we're going to put a ½ ounce of simple syrup. Put that in there. Now we've got a chocolate bitters. Might have something to do with the chocolate covered cherry. And the recipe calls for 5 shakes of chocolate bitters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And an extra one just for flavor. Then it calls for 2 shakes of orange bitters. So we'll get that in there. I don't do a whole lot extra of the orange bitters because it's really got a little bite to it. Now we've got to put 2 ounces of our Russell's in. said when I started, I put a few ice cubes in there, so we'll give it some stirs here, just to chill it down. Again, I apologize for the video, guys. Like I said, this is our very first video, so make sure you let us know in the comments what you like and what you don't like. Maybe something you'd like to see us do. And we'll try to incorporate all that. We're going to try to show people what we know about bourbon as we learn it. And we're going to try to make some fun cocktails along the way. Got a strainer. And we're just going to strain that in there. And most importantly, you've got to have the bourbon cherry on top. That's our cocktail. Guys, I'm telling you, you're going to love that. Give it a try and let us know what you think of it. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching.